morning, TFR.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, TFR. Good morning. Good morning. What's wrong with you? My thinking, you're thinking.
Hi, this is Alan. I like Ironworx because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach. It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt and Zach, it's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Real Media is the best on the planet. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh. Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
Yeah, we're a little late, so we might have to go a little later. Who the hell knows? I woke up to absolutely no internet this morning at 3 a.m. and spent the last hour and 45 minutes working on it and fretting and cussing and smoking and drinking coffee, trying to come to grips with the fact that I woke up at 3 a.m. essentially for nothing on my day off. But patience is a virtue, and as such, here we are.
Indeed. Patience. I woke up to thunder and lightning. Thunder! Lightning! Anyway, and thought I might have that same problem, but it seems to have passed over. So, it is indeed a holiday. I see there in chat a few people that hung out. Hi, a few people. I'm trying to get over there and say hello. Are we doing everything, or is it just YouTubing?
I can actually get Rockfin going. Everything's been so jacked up this morning.
Yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting day, for sure. Huh. There's the fin of the rock.
Let me get that pulled up. So I can mash the button.
Yeah, push the button, Josh. So we're Zachless, it seems. Zach did the smart thing at quarter till he bailed.
Right? I probably should have, too. I probably should have just gone back to bed, accepted the fate for what it was, and seen how I felt when I woke up.
Hey, that's not us. That's the old one. Oh, no, that is us. Okay. Having a rough day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's Friday and June 30th and all that over there.
I changed all this. Oh, yeah, I never did set up the Rockfin because it doesn't take my changes on Restream. Which is a little obnoxious if you ask me, but whatever.
All right. How you doing? Man, every time I click into this, it takes me to last Friday's show. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe because I never did set anything up on Rockfin, so it's not like there's something to go live because I haven't set it up.
Oh, okay. I'm confused. I thought you were going live. I'm so confused.
I thought I was.
All right.
Too.
Maybe we should go back to bed.
Right?
I mean, we're just doing this for Liz. Is she here? No, I'm just giving Liz a hard time.
Yeah, I'm listening in.
Look out.
Careful, you're actually live right now, Liz.
You're live. You're on the air again. Look at you.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not live.
It is on YouTube now. We just turned it on.
It wasn't on YouTube.
No, it wasn't. But it is now. I think I don't even know if I'm really here or not at this point. I'm beginning to think this all may just be a dream I'm
This
having.
is all just some sick, twisted dream.
Well, I had one good thing. Didn't get up early enough to do my yoga, so I've just completed it.
Nice.
The show wasn't on, so that was a silver cloud for lining on the cloud for me, because I was feeling guilty. Okay, don't
Never
stop
feel
talking just because
guilty.
I've come.
Never. No, we're all out of sorts. So for you to hang out, it makes it even better. The coffee
So
seems to be
what
ineffective this morning.
So what happened with the internet today?
I woke up to no internet. I don't know what in the hell's going on, but they were
Testing. They're testing things.
my fucking
I
patience.
hope you're not paying for it.
It's exactly what I
You
was
get a
thinking.
refund.
I was thinking that argument this morning too. They don't know that I don't really get paid to do a podcast. But if I do a podcast and get paid, I need the internet to do that. So if I'm paying for the internet to do my podcast, but you're not giving me internet for which to do the podcast, how in the fuck am I supposed to pay for more internet?
Can you change provider, or is it pretty limited?
It's really limited. This is the best speed, and we were lucky to get the provider that we have. We're like the only one on the street. The tech managed to tap into some old AT&T lines that we had and get it in here. But yeah, it was. I don't know.
What about Elon's Starlink?
Yeah.
I don't understand what that is.
I can send you some cats. That'll help, don't it? Because how it works, you have to have a cat in the dish for
I
it
think
to.
that's yeah.
Oh goodness. So what is going on over there on your side of the pond?
Now, there was something. I can't think it off the top of my head.
You'll wake up too. Oh man.
It's just the same old nonsense.
I know.
Seemingly there's the council that I hear. They're doing a discussion, an open discussion about the 20-minute zones. So the lady that works at the centre that I go to, she's a flat earther. She's booked in to be on the Zoom call. So hopefully she'll get her point of view across about it. But I don't know. It's just don't know what's going to happen. Eh?
Huh. Well, you're always welcome to bring any friends that you meet along with you to hang out with us.
She doesn't have a smartphone, or anything. She doesn't do. Well, she does TikTok.
Oh, so she's smart. She doesn't have a smartphone.
Because I tried to give her Ian had given me the Android code for the app, but she doesn't have a phone, so she's just got an old. She's got a laptop, obviously, but she doesn't. She doesn't have a smartphone, so I've still got this Android code going spare for somebody. If it works.
Right. I'm a bit confused by some stuff in chat. Josh, are you seeing what I'm seeing?
I just got over here. Let me go back and see. I saw some weird stuff about being on Jeff Rentz, which was a little strange.
Don't understand anything this morning. Again, I believe this may all be a fever dream. I'm apparently coming down.
Or maybe they're thinking of America Unplugged. If they're thinking maybe the Don Jeffries, maybe Don Jeffries has a show on Jeff Rentz Radio or something. I don't know.
So, but I'm wondering, are you going out over our thing because of what you were doing yesterday? Okay.
Nope, nothing's pulled up.
Check.
Nothing's broadcasting. And even then,
Cool down.
I don't think Jeff Rentz is going to hit freeworld.fm yet. But we were on America Unplugged with Don Jeffries on Saturday, which was a really good show.
Yes, we were. Awesome show. Had a blast over there.
Yeah,
I mean, it's always good to
that.
hang out with Billy Ray, but we met new people, and that's always great. Don and a name escapes me because I'm still sleeping. Sleepy.
I'm busy.
Chris? Is that Chris? Is that right? Does that sound like right?
That sounds like
Save me, Josh. Save me, Josh.
Yeah, that sounds like right. Oh, it's because I'm in the wrong damn channel.
Oh. You have to get down. Getting muted and unmuted by the cat.
Where's Zach this morning? Is Zach still sleeping?
We're not really sure. He checked in on what's going on at the quarter till, and then I haven't seen him. So I would take it he went back to bed. Again, the smart guy this morning.
It's just one of those days again.
Apparently, well, we're all independent today. So what better way to celebrate it than Iron Rail Media? Hey, buddy. Spot's here, but he's probably going to not get up here on me. He rarely gets up here anymore. There's just not a lot of room for big old boy. He is a big old boy. Who is big?
Well, I pasted the Don Jeffries show in Telegram, and I will post it in the live chat. I was just using Telegram to transfer links.
Thank you.
Billy Ray said something about America Unplugged on YouTube because he was talking about the chat, but I couldn't find it.
I have got it. That is actually the link I am sharing in the chats now.
Good.
I think it was actually on Rockfin Live the day we were doing it, is what we were told, right?
It was both. Yeah.
That's right. I've done a few things out of the norm, so I'm trying to figure out which way was which. What's up, Hori? She in the chat this morning. Good to see you, brother.
He's been really enjoying life, near as I can tell. I think he's just been spinning fire. Last I saw, he was working at a vape shop.
As you should.
But found a little spot on the beach and was just chilling out. Made it his and was just doing his thing. So he can't hear, he can only see the chat. So everybody in chat, give Hori Sheet a shout out because he can't hear us, he can only see us. Man, what a wonky effing morning.
And then I lost the call trying to type away here. Well, I have a helper, so I just put him down. Hopefully that'll stop some of this.
How in the hell is my camera flipped?
After all we did yesterday, I wouldn't doubt anything at this point. I mean, I went as far as unplugging every audio cable I own over here twice, maybe 3 times, and still don't think I've got it back together right. We'll see what happens. Oh, speaking of, how am I coming across to everyone? Am I just in your left ear? Am I in your right ear? Am I in the middle of your brain talking to you?
Like you're hitting both channels on my headphones.
I don't understand what's going on here. I really don't, yeah. We'll do production later. I just am so confused. Because up until me putting the third chord in the mix, I still was only bouncing one on that thing. And also on Audacity, I went and checked it there too. So something's wonky. I don't get it. Don't get it, Bob. Thank you, Ona. Ona says I'm coming through loud and clear. What's up? Thank you. Tony. Tell the truth in there as well. Hey, Carrie Woolley's there. Chilster Deluxe. Man, the mouth is not awake. Laura is here walking. Axel, good morning to you. Brian, Brycey B. Nemo's already here hanging out behind the scenes. Who else is there this morning? Of course, we know Liz is here. I'm trying to scroll back up and it keeps scrolling down. I think I got everybody. Jeremy was there, but he had to go to work. Thank you, Jeremy. Anybody else that I missed? I know I've missed somebody. I don't know. Looks like it. Oh, got one that can see. There you go. What's up? Good morning. I can barely see. Ironically, the only night I didn't take my telescope out last night, or was last night. 2 nights prior, I had pulled it out, went out into some darkness. Just the backyard here. It was late enough and high enough to get a good view and ponder all the things we've thought about the moon.
So
Looked at with the moon. What?
I don't mean to interrupt, but I saw a
No, you
post on
go right
Facebook
ahead.
this morning, and it was one of those that just didn't seem legit. Like somebody was just being stupid on Facebook. You know how they do. So the full moon in July 2023, known as the buck moon, will occur on July 3rd. It will rise at 7:39 a.m. Eastern Time, and it will be visible for 3 days. This full moon is also a supermoon, appearing larger and more vibrant due to its close proximity to Earth during its perigee. Is it like 3 full days for a full moon? Does that seem right to everybody?
No. Some of that stuff I always see go through time and time again. That's why I got off the Facebook. I don't do the Facebooks.
I mean, this is mainstream. Like, I just went and looked it up now, just because I saw it and thought, well, that couldn't be right. Let me look it up. That's what I'm seeing everywhere. I'm just trying to wrap my brain around this.
How?
Uh-huh. Exactly. How? And I see Thunder Chicken is harvesting herbs this full moon morning. Nettle mint and datura, but
Nettle.
Isn't that what I said? Nettle mint
datura. Well, you said it a bit quick.
Oh.
It's 3 separate things.
Nettle mint.
Although I'm sure if you went to the right old-timey store, you could probably still find Nettleman gum.
Give your breath long-lasting freshness. Well, that's Big Red, not Nettlement.
Apparently Liz finally believed us that we're actually live, too, I guess.
I'll just sit here muted up for a
while. Yeah, just discovered that. That's why I'm staying quiet.
I figured this lady. Oh, I love you. Oh, great stuff. Well, you can't say we didn't tell you we were live.
Flat Fact in chat says, in reality, the only time there is a true full moon is at an eclipse. Sorry, and that's when there are no craters visible, which makes absolute perfect sense. If it's a full moon, it's going to be straight on. All those craters are going to be let all the way around and not from any one side.
Interesting. Okay.
What were you saying, Liz, before I rudely interrupted?
Nothing.
Anyway, I don't even know where I was going with the moon, except I don't get it, Bob. Oh, man. I don't understand at all. And having, I don't know. I will say I did get an email from our good buddy Wrong Think, better known as Wrong Think, telling me he had put up the next part of his moon information there, part 2 of his synonymical physics. Is that the name of this? Man, I'm probably butchering it all up. Why don't I go look? How about that? Then I'll say it correctly. Well, why don't I not use my phone? Put that down. This is not what we're doing. We're on the interwebs all together now. All together now. All together now. Oh, there we go. They're going to strike us in 85 countries just for that. Sir McCartney. Well, did I close? I did. Hold on. You talk amongst yourselves.
So actually, I have to drive out to St. Charles, not too far from my old house, later today. I have a package I need to go pick up. One from Flat Earth Farms, so I'm excited to go do that. But I also had to get some supplemental utensils for said package. And those utensils needed to be shipped from the East Coast, interestingly enough. So I got one coming from Northern Cali. I've got another package coming from Boston with some vape batteries and some other little goodies. So that ought to be interesting. That package should be here tomorrow. Just because we're not getting any mail today, I guess, because of Independence Day. Do you hear the air quotes? Independence Day.
So I have the link. I will drop it in the chat. Here's the part 2, better known as Wrong Think. I have yet to watch it because I just noticed the email myself and read it yesterday. Yeah, I think it was yesterday.
Tommy Tell the Truth got batteries from Ray as well. Ray to the rescue. If you're not subscribed to Boston Ray's Mud Flood Adventures, go check him out. He's got several other channels that he's got going. And they all escape me at the moment. But he's got several. Tommy just did a fat dab. I had to do a fat dab at like 3:30 this morning when I realized my internet wasn't going to just reset and come back on. And no matter what I did, it was going to be completely ineffectual. It was out of my hands. I thought, that's what I need. A dab. So that Lord may grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, like my headspace, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Happy Independence Day across the pond.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Are you on? Do you have the day off today?
I do. And because our CEO actually has a birthday sometime in the summertime, we use that as our floating holiday. So he can sort of give us his birthday off at any day in the year. And this year it was yesterday. So we actually had Saturday, Sunday off, and then Monday and today off. So it's a nice long 4-day weekend.
And you're going to set dollar bills on fire.
That's it. I'm going to set dollar bills.
Is that what you're doing this afternoon?
Uh-huh. I found a nice magic sky cloth. I'm going to drape it around my neck, and I'm going to hold $1 bills up over my head, lit, and run around in my underwear in my front yard with a flag as a cape. Maybe some sparklers stuck up my ass. Who knows?
If that is not freedom, I do not know what it is.
Oh, you have to film that then. Put it on the channel. We want proof.
I'm not even sure I could come up with a magic sky cloth. And it definitely need to be big enough to cover my ass. Because I'm not really going to put sparklers up there. Maybe in my teeth. Or at least start in my teeth. Record it and put it on your Patreon, says Nemo. That's it, the Kodak moment. Just bend over and switch to selfie mode. Man, this show is lame as hell if you don't start at 4 a.m.
Yeah, it don't really get up to speed till about this time normally. And so, yeah. I'm over here playing with cats. They're kind of getting wily. I don't know, I guess because I don't know what they're doing. Maybe the moon. It could be the moon. But they're definitely all a little more cantankerous and knocking things off. And Spot's not happy this morning. He's Mr. Grumpy. He does not wake up well either. So, yeah, I'm having to step away a time or two. But I think I have them settled for now anyway.
I did see Jonathan here earlier, for a moment at least. But
he's struggling, it seems. I know, was he allergies he was dealing with yesterday? I can't remember if he was sick or if that was just allergies.
Yeah, no, he's got a pretty bad cold and some sinus issues going on for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely a rough year for everyone down here. I don't know about how bad it is up north, but man, it has been the daily grind around here just trying to stay ahead of it. Seems extra. Just a cycle of life, I suppose, that some seasons are worse than others. Seems like the flea issue is on a new cycle down here. I know Zach and Cammy and them had problems with it last year where they were just every couple of weeks trying something different because it just wouldn't, nothing could keep them at bay. It's kind of where it's getting here now. I've thrown everything but poisonous crap under my house because now I have, the other cat's still outside and I don't want to do that, but I may have to put her in somewhere and do that just to eliminate what keeps getting in the house somehow. Because I've definitely gotten them out of here numerous times, gotten them off the cats numerous times, and they just keep popping back up. So it's got to be the outdoors, which, when there wasn't an outside cat, I was able to just broadcast whatever I needed out there. Because I think the first few months of having the kittens when they first were born to Rizzo, it was pretty hectic trying to keep ahead of it. So, and then we finally did, and it wasn't a problem. And now we got new kittens and new blood, I guess. They're extra enticing because they're definitely coming in here. Anyway, that's enough cat talk. I'm sure they'll be in my lap soon. You'll get to see them. Although as rambunctious as they are, they're not heading over here to chill like they were earlier. But at like 3 o'clock, 3:30, I couldn't keep Bender off of me. But now he's all on everybody. Some mornings I do want to send him your way, Liz. You just don't know. That little boy has there's either all the way on or all the way off. There's no middle settings.
Yeah, I'm still waiting. He's got blue eyes, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got some pretty little eyes.
Do you think they'll stay blue?
I don't know. I know some cats it changes. The female that went with Haley, she still has like a lighter colored grayish almost eyes. And hers were kind of blue to start with. She's definitely unique looking. And Spot still has that line around his eyes, that mascara look. So I guess Bender will keep that too. He has that as well. He's basically Spot made over. I mean, in everything, mannerisms, that whole pull on or pull off. Either he wants to be loose tearing up the house, or he's in my lap trying to snuggle and purr and go to sleep, put me to sleep. That's how Spot he is, or used to be. Now he's just grumpy old man because he ain't happy about the cats. It took him a good 2 years to mark this whole house as his, and now here these things are loose in it. And Daddy ain't done nothing about it yet. He is not happy about it. But I do my best to give him all the alone time he can get with me, so he knows he's still my buddy. Huh? He hears me talking about him. You coming? Want to come see me? Come on. Oh, there's another kitten over here close to me. He can't do that. Lord. Silly man. I'm waiting. I know he's going to say something in a minute, but apparently not. I guess he won't. Anyway. Wow, I think I closed the chat. I didn't. There it is.
See, Voynich was recently given some community service time, 30 hours of community service, which maybe sounds like a lot, but considering, I guess, the sentence had been 15 days in jail, 30 hours community service sounds like a fucking gift.
Crazy. I just saw that as well. And I do see Laura's suggestion of the soapy water trick. I did that to the point that I have these actual a friend of Haley, a friend of my daughter, gave us these two little devices. It's a round, flat dish that you fill up with soapy water, and then there's a big domed, open grill area at the bottom, light at the top of it that you put over that thing that will then attract them and let them go into it. And believe me, at this point, once we got everything under control, I took those out of the mix because they were constantly getting kicked or bumped, or they would go digging into the cord, pull it on the cord and pull it open, and it was a mess. And if I didn't need them anymore, I put them up. But yeah, I was just thinking yesterday, Laura, that I needed to pull those out and get the dawn going. So it definitely is it works, truly. There's various ways. I see the candle in the dish. That's a good one. I used to have a little light lamp, whatever, that was about 4 inches tall for my bedside table that I would pull the shade off of and go sit right next to a bowl that I would fix before I got those devices. It definitely works if it gets to that point. Ah, there you go. I don't know if you heard that, but that's Spot fussing. Fussy boy. And I'm playing catch up in chat, so I'm getting quiet. My bad. What you doing? Hang on. Oh, stop.
Man, you warm up your coffee for 30 seconds and you come back to what?
Crickets.
Crickets.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've got problems. Apparently, there's something outside the window that has Rizzo literally at the top of it. Spot about to tear the blinds off. So I'm trying to figure this out. I apologize.
You know how I said about the sad news about the man that I was telling you about on Have No Sphere? I
Yes,
just want to
ma'am.
say that his name was Paul, and I feel bad that I didn't say his name.
Well, I can't help but think that Paul knew exactly who we were talking about.
Yeah.
But lots of love to Paul's family. It's got to be
In the
such a
family,
hard
for
thing to go
sure.
through.
Yeah.
I don't actually know very much about his personal life because he was just, coming to help out doing the gardening. I didn't get to know him too well, but I did know that he was really wide awake. But I think he did struggle with it. And I think we all would if we didn't have the support that we've got here. It's really awesome. So thank you, you two, for bringing this family together.
Well,
I think I speak for everyone on that.
you're welcome, but you've also been a huge force and factor in this show as well.
Yes, indeed.
Well, thank you for that.
Well, I mean, it's one thing to sort of have listenership and just sort of this vague, shadowy concept of an audience. But when you have people that have been listening for as long as so many of you have, that it really helps to personalize it more. And it's not this big, vague, shadowy figure, but it's something a little bit more specific. Even though we don't particularly know each other and haven't really, we've never met, but fuck, I never met Walt. But it really does help guide us, and keep us on our best behavior. I mean, Zach says it all the time, but I'm sure it's true for Walter because I know it's true for me. That it's not just Zach that tries to be on their best behavior. And not that we're false or fake, it's just more of an incentive to be the people that we want to be, I think. I don't know. I'm just rambling because I really appreciate the hell out of you
And
guys.
indeed, it is true. Everything you said there, 100-fold for me. We appreciate you so much, and everyone who is here, who's been here, who has just gotten here, who's listening and has never even been in a chat. I mean, you guys are there. We feel the energy. Zach talks about every convention meeting people that say that they hang out and listen but never get in chat. So it's great that, it's as much for us as it is for y'all. I mean, truly, you guys have been a boon, a blessing, something that I can't even explain. So thank you. Since you're here to hear it, you were speaking for everyone. Well, you now hear it for everyone. Thank you guys, truly.
It really is interesting, sort of, the way we started versus where we are now. Like, we all got together and we all spent a bunch of time together and sort of worked on creating those relationships before we started to go live. And then once we did go live, we were going to go live, and it was going to sort of be, almost podcast. It was going to be informational, and it was going to be presentations, and it was going to be sort of very segmented, and there was going to be this whole format, and everything was going to be cool. And that has just completely morphed into what it is now, which is really more back to what it was before we even started doing shows, when we were just hanging out trying to generate that relationships amongst us. Now we're doing it live and generating relationships amongst the chat and people that we have on as guests and people that just come to hang out. It's really, really cool to see the way, how just to get where we are, and it just sort of to end up back up there is really kind of cool.
Yeah, that was just crazy that we're talking about this. Just yesterday, my buddy Drew, who I've known for like my whole life, and yet we still are, There's certain lines you can't let go of, or certain whatever. Anyway, but I don't remember what started. Oh, it was the video the songs Jeremy did and the video I made with it. It was playing when he came in. I have it like in my little playlist. And he was like, well, who did this? I'm like, well, my buddy. I told him, Jeremy had sent the song, and I started working endlessly to make a video that used to just take a little while, now takes hours and days again. And I was explaining how that process, even in the early day when we would do these 6-hour hangouts, trying to edit that down to some manageable hour and a half kind of thing took months, and it was just never going to happen if we were trying to do that on a weekly basis. And so that all just went out the window. We kept having 4 and 5 hour shows on the channel. But I was explaining to him the process of how it all started out with just us all trying to figure out somewhere we could talk about this stuff with people who might actually have valuable input, or at least listen without, looking at you like you grew a third head. So there was Twitter. Definitely didn't want to go to Facebook. Definitely didn't know anything about YouTube at the time. It was a video channel to me, a music video channel. That's all I knew it was. And there was Twitter, and there were people that were making some sense. And as we gathered up and realized we could group up in these DMs and found hangouts, and I was explaining the whole evolution to him. And yeah, the way it has changed has been pretty crazy. There has got to be something going on in the window, because now he's up back in it again. Who knows? This time of the morning, I can't imagine what's got them this tired up, except the moon. It has to be. So if I disappear again, that's where I'm at, trying to keep him from tearing up the house. Look at the Alan Holman in the chat. What's up, brother? Good to see you around. Definitely been missing having you around, my friend.
And thank you so much. I'd say happy 4th of July to you, but you're a little further north and it doesn't really have that much of an impact, I don't suppose.
Can you see the fireworks from over there? I will say, I was really expecting them to.
You know what would look really cool?
Since I was a kid.
Sorry, I was just popped into my brain and I just rudely had to blurt it out. Why don't you get very many videos of the ISS on the 4th of July? How cool would that be? All those fireworks going off all over the United States and them up above getting that badass video of it?
I know, right?
Surely there's one of those where we can match
Surely.
up fireworks shows and locations compared to what they're showing us in the ISS. Surely.
Well, I remember back in the old days when we could see the live feed sitting around on Tuesday nights. Shout out Bob and Jerry and AJ, JA, AJ, TJ, JT. Damn it. There's some initials and I've forgotten them and I feel shitty. Anyway, watching the live feed, there would be, the piano scroll, a fake blanking out, wrong camera angles, reflection of the people walking by, all those things. And then the next 2 days later, you go back to that same time and date and see this amazingly curved, beautifully air glowy, lovely electrical lightning displays. Apparently the whole earth was having an electrical storm that night. We didn't see any of that live, of course, but, I guess if you're not really sitting there for 5 or 6 hours and one like we did, then you probably see a couple of things. Oh my God.
Didn't
So yeah,
you
I'm
know
sure
that
if you look. Wait, it's fake?
It's a big scam.
Wait, what?
Oh no.
Didn't you know?
Now I know how it all happened. Oh my goodness. Somebody keeps putting up something about seeing the thing go by. They're moonwalking or whatever they do. Is it the moonwalk? To the chapel. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, they're moonwalking. They're spacewalk. That's it. Spacewalking as it goes by in front of the moon, and like, okay, yeah, that's what's happening right there. You can see that happen. You can't see that happen. You can't see anything except a little tiny thing going by the moon. That could be a bomber with some extra stuff on the wing. Could be a drone, could be a floating solid air balloon, could be all kind of stuff. Doesn't seem to be what they keep telling us that it is. Have you found that footage yet, there, Josh?
Let's see. What do we have here?
Greetings from the International Space Station. I'm NASA astronaut Christina Cook, along with my NASA crewmate, Nick Hague. As we orbit our planet high above you, we want to take a moment and wish all Americans at home and around the world a very happy 4th of July.
I'll float the microphone to you.
It's an incredibly exciting time for spaceflight in America. From the completion of the first flight in the Commercial Crew Program to the unveiling of the bold plan to send the first woman and the next man to the Moon 2040. This is a unique moment in history.
This is 3 years old, by the way.
Our eyes to the sky and to the heavens and be proud to be an American.
Float the microphone back to a twist.
Through history, has traveled with humans and robots to the farthest reaches of the solar system as American ingenuity and leadership has pushed what's possible through grit, determination, and imagination. And on this Independence Day, we're now on the verge of American astronauts, engineers, scientists, and commercial giant leap for humankind.
Let me float that microphone back to you.
The crew of the International Space Station, we want to wish everyone a fabulous and safe Independence Day. We wish to extend our special thanks to men and women stationed around the world who are celebrating this 243rd birthday of our great country.
Happy
Happy
4th
4th of July, everyone.
See any fireworks from the ISS on hard.
And there's not. Oh, we're somersaulting completely head over heels, not side to side bend, no rotation. We must go completely forward to back or back to front. We can't spin ourselves the way we like to spin this microphone, so we only have this one very specific axis of rotation right here at our hips. I don't know why. Nope. All that.
Oh, that's how gravity works, don't you know?
Don't you know? All that yammer, and no pictures, no video of the fireworks on the 4th of July from the ISS. Maybe they're just not overhead at nighttime. It's daytime, and that's why you can't see them.
Uh-huh. I'm looking hard here. I'm on Quora. That's how bad it is.
Well, how about New Year's? Again, I'm not a big celebrator.
So wait. You can't see anything because they're momentary flashes. Unlike lightning.
Right, unlike lightning. Or if there was only a way that we could take pictures, like, hell, at least 60 pictures every second. So, I mean, I'm still not quite sure what the claim is. They're just flashes. Well, yeah. Are you saying we can't get pictures of fireworks because they're just flashes? They're too fast for the camera? That's the claim? The ISS, they've got like 400 cameras. They've got like an entire pod, wall to wall, cameras, lenses, and tripods and shit. You can't tell me it has a shutter speed fast enough to take pictures of the fireworks? Quit it.
Yeah, no luck so far. I'm gonna give up this search. I'm gonna say,
How about
no, it doesn't exist.
New Year's celebration?
Good luck. I do see a video where NASA astronaut Scott Kelly is hoping to see fireworks from the ISS. He doesn't say he saw them, and we're not seeing any video or pictures or anything like that. But Allegedly, yeah, we're hoping to see some. My goodness.
There's two assholes talking in front of a camera. New Year's Eve in orbit. This is last year, courtesy of NASA. 102 seconds. Not once do you see anything outside of a window to look at Earth. Let's see, they accidentally lost a shield in space. All kinds of stuff I'm seeing here. But no. Apparently, when you can start launching big flares up into the sky all at once all around the globe, the ISS that's up in space just can't seem to see it.
I keep saying I'm gonna stop looking, and yet here I go. I'm still looking. All right, I'll close that tab. It is not a real thing. It doesn't exist.
And why would it? I mean, really. They've got better things to do. They're scientists. They're astronauts. They ain't got time to just sit around and take pictures of Earth that's not scientifically based. Like, for fun and for pleasure. I mean, there'd not even really be a need. It's not like it'd be novel to be able to watch fireworks by looking down. That's probably why there's no pictures of fireworks in an airplane. Because fireworks are too fast. Or maybe they're going too fast. Mm-hmm.
I just thought, isn't Canada Day like in July in Canada? Where you at, Alan? Alan was in chat. I bet he knows. Alan, when is?
Yeah, I think it was the other day. It was the
well, there you
first.
go. I could probably look that
Saturday
up.
the first.
It
So
was
happy
the
Canada
first.
Day, Ian.
I see Alan said that in the chat as I scrolled by.
And what is it exactly you celebrate on Canada Day? Your dependence? Is that when all of the indigenous people were suddenly now under the jurisdiction of the Queen? Yay! How does that work? I'm just curious.
That's King now.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Not if he's a celebrity. If he's in the public eye, it's probably really a female. It's probably actually Princess Diana. In a secret coup to overthrow the crown.
Apparently the indigenous people don't enjoy celebrating Canada Day, but the rest of us enjoy fireworks. Well, there you go. Happy Independent Day, or sorry, Canada Day. I'm reading and talking. That does not work out well.
But what's the celebration? Like, not what do you do, but what's the occasion?
Is that the day Lord Johnny founded Canada? I can't. I used to know the story from the Kroll show. Hang on.
Yeah. My wife has been watching Heartland, which is one of those Canadian TV shows. But
So have I.
Have you?
I absolutely love it. I love the horses and the scenery, and I'm working my way through the 16 series at the moment. So good on Dixie.
I think that was her biggest attraction. I think was the length of run on that particular show, so she could like have a story. She can't. A movie is like too much of a time investment for her, but she can absolutely sit down and binge watch like 5 shows in a row of something. So it's interesting, but yeah, she's really enjoying it, and it's always interesting to sort of see some of the differences and the similarities between the Cowboys in the North and the South. But it is a lot of really beautiful scenery, although it's a little too saccharine for me, a little too sweet, as is most Canadian TV shows.
I'm amazed at how they can get the horses to do what they need to do, because the horses are amazing.
They are. That was one thing that I say a lot, is that they showcase horses much the very same way they showcase pickup trucks in that show. It's like, oh, check out this big brand new fucking Chevy crew cab truck that this young kid just happens to be able to afford as he comes pulling up the driveway with it all waxed and shiny amongst the dirt roads. But yeah, they do the same thing with a lot of the horses. And even like the situations that she has to remedy, I think, are really interesting. There's a lot of common horse things, and then there's a lot of very rare horse things that it's just interesting to see what the remedy would be. But if you're into horses and horsemanship, English, Western, chuck wagon, they got it all. Yep.
I had lost my button again. I do that a lot lately. I don't know what's going on. I think I must have a window thing. The cats step on my keyboard constantly and make it do weird stuff. Sometimes it goes into half a screen with other stuff on the other half. I don't know what they're doing. But lately, every time I close this thing, it goes away instead of staying floating above things. So I have to go dig for it. Anyway.
I'm missing the chat this morning.
Right? That's also what I was trying to do, is play catch up there a bit. That's when I lose it, is when I go to the chat and start typing, and I can't find the mute button.
Good day to everyone in the chat that I haven't been able to speak to this morning.
There you go. Liz gave everyone a shout out. Alan says there's a lot of good Canadian TV shows most of us will never hear about.
I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that's true everywhere. Like Netflix has a god awful habit of throwing up shows that are not in English, but they translate the title and then they translate the description into English. So when you're looking at the thumbnail and you're reading the description, you think, well, that looks really interesting. And then you turn it on and it's poorly dubbed and the subtitles don't necessarily match up with what they're saying, and it just starts to get stupid. And you're like, well, shit, I can't even watch this crap. But I bet you if I understood what it was and could speak the language fluently, I bet you it'd be really freaking entertaining.
I spent a little while trying to watch some stuff I had recommended to me that was either overdubbed or poorly subtitled, as you say, and I'm just it removes me too much from the story to be able to enjoy the story. It just doesn't work at all. And I've had a time or two where it did work, but not enough to go back and revisit those movies or any of that. So yeah, it's definitely a thing for me. Hell, I had to take 2 TVs back like 2 or 3 Black Fridays ago because the sync was off on the English speaking people on the TV, you know. The sound wasn't catching up to the lips. It's like, oh no, I can't do this on everything I watch. What's up, Alex Michael? In the chat, conspiracy music guru. Yeah, it's quite the off day today, sir. You definitely come in on a rare episode today. Speaking of, when do you want to, like, I was almost going to say, oh, wait, we're going to keep you late. And then it hit me, oh, you're not going anywhere.
I say we go
At
live
all.
until Zach gets here, then we'll stop.
Then stop right when he gets up.
As soon as Zach pops in, we'll just end the show. We'll kick into the outro.
Well, if that's the fact, then you're going to have to hang out here with Liz for a few while. I go make myself a bit more coffee. This one that I made at 3 o'clock is now empty. I've been stretching them for a whole show because I'm trying not to overly caffeinate myself. Stay up all hours of the night staring at the walls and fighting demons. But I definitely
Counting demons
will have
on
another
the wall.
Don't fuckers won't go away at all.
Playing solitaire till dawn with the deck of 51. Smoking cigarettes and
watching Captain
Kangaroo. Now don't tell me I have nothing to do.
Nothing to do. You went deep, so I had to go up. Oh, Lord, y'all. That's what Zach gets. Yep, Mimo, there you go.
6 a.m. harmonizing. Yay.
Yeah.
6 a.m. out of sync harmonizing. Even better.
I know. I wonder how much it even synced up. All right, give me a minute. I'm going to get coffee. You guys sing one. Go, Liz.
Wait, I'll count you in. 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah.
Crickets.
That would have been my response too. Or 9, 10, 11, 12. This computer's...
Alex Michael needs to phone in. Be good to hear him. He can sing.
He can sing real well.
Really well.
Much better than Walt and I doing 6 a.m. out of sync, off key harmonizing.
A wizard is never late. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
No, that's not Zach. That's just the only thing I could think of for harmonizing that doesn't sync up. It seemed like there was something else I had this morning, but I'll be damned if I remember what it was. I don't know. It'll come to me. Or it won't. But we did actually have some space lettuce I saw. Is math real? More James Webb spectacular Webb telescope image reveals something or other. Turns out Virgin Galactic basically done. Oh. Are these the marbles? I'm looking at this story here. Harvard scientists Avi Loeb claims he collected the remains of extraterrestrial technology from the bottom of the Pacific. Maybe this isn't. Maybe this is different. Because I don't see... Nope, I think that's it. Spherules were found primarily along the most likely path of IM1 and not in control regions. Far from it. Read his blog. In the coming weeks, we will analyze the elemental and isotopic composition and report our data in the paper submitted to the peer-reviewed journal. He now leads the university's Galileo project, which aims to establish open-sourced observatories across the world. These observatories will then search for any signs of UFOs and interstellar objects.
I'm back.
All right, we were just discussing the metal marbles that were found at the bottom
The
of the
metal
Pacific Ocean.
spherules. Yeah, that word.
Whatever word, is as obnoxious as they could think to make it. Yep. I didn't quite see, I didn't read very closely, but why he just assumed they were alien technology. But he did, so that was interesting.
Oh, I thought it got into that somewhere in that article.
I maybe did, I don't know. I mean, they don't know what the chemical or isotopic composition is.
So, yeah, I mean, it's that whole idea of we can't do it, so it's got to be from aliens, and that's where it all boils down to.
It's aliens. I guess.
It's the way it's composed and the way it's whatever, and we've never done it that way before. Man, how do you know? How you know? How you know it's not something that's been under the ice or in the whatever, and why, whatever, under the water. I meant, yeah. At least they're made of iron. There's a plus there, I guess. I had this somewhere talking about it. It's not in this story, though. Where did I read that stuff at? Maybe I saw it on Twitter. It's even why I found this. No, nothing there either. Okay, so here we go. This ought to tell you all you need to know about this whole thing. And this is a quote from Dr. Evie Loeb, I don't know. The spherules we found primarily along the most likely path of 1M1.
Ding.
Exactly.
All I have is the swear jar. I don't have my ding.
Most likely, this is what it is. We're not really sure because it only fits within a certain path, not within the control regions. I mean, already right there, we're already looking at, who knows what these things are and where they came from under the ocean. They could have come from that hole in the bottom of the sea. Hello, sweetie. Hold on. Hey, mama. Say hey. She said hey. That's all you get. She's stepping on the keyboard. This is all I got.
That's it.
all I got. Cats. Yep.
It's a cat kind of morning. Two minutes till. Not that I need to say anything. Tommy's keeping track in chat. So I am taking mine one at a time.
Did you see that King Charles and the Mayor of London started a countdown clock to 2030?
No.
Climate initiative. I think that was last week.
How long do we have?
6 years. How many months? I think it's down to the second.
And how many pounds do you think it cost him to start a clock that goes backwards? I mean, really. Like we don't have timers on our phone. Like we wouldn't know how to create a timer at 2030 if we wanted to. Would you please spend a whole bunch of money just to count down from some arbitrary date? Please.
Well, we've had some fear porn in the years since we were young. It must be horrendous now for young people.
It's got to be.
I think with the amount of propaganda they're getting on what with Greta and the last 3 years and just everything. It's don't hug your granny because you might kill her, and it's awful. It's evil.
It is evil.
But there's good as well, so that's the thing I focus on.
Yeah, it is really evil. It's sick and twisted and beyond measure what they've done to this younger generation.
Oh shit, it's over 20. Time to roll.
It's always 4:21 for me. It always takes a minute to get that ice in the mouth.
By the time I realized I had that, I was looking for Greta, and where Greta should be was some Zach stuff, which I thought was interesting. Oh yeah, and this one.
All right, ramblers, let's get rambling.
What was Nemo's soundbite that you used to play? I can't remember what that was.
Nemo's soundbite? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Did Nemo not record something after we did the promo? And you used to play it.
Seems like maybe, yeah. I'm hoping
I've
Nemo
got you
might have
thinking.
You do. You've really got me thinking.
We'll ask Nemo. He'll know.
He'll know. He's got something over there right now. I just don't know if I could pull it up. I'd have to open a different window in Skype. And Skype has gone wrong since the last update and opens everything in one window. What the hell is going on around here? I don't know.
Mr. Andrew B's missing as well today.
I can
He's usually
play it if you need me to, Josh, whatever it is.
It's just over there on Skype. He left a couple of recordings. Or maybe he sent them directly to me. The only other thing I can do is play it on my phone.
On your way to work, at work.
Stop.
I know that dude.
Lame ass Skype.
Oh, Lord, girl. You were extra needy this morning. Oh, sorry.
All right, we'll try this. Cool. Doesn't play.
Get off the keyboard.
When you turn on the iron, you can listen on your way to work, at work, or coming home from work. No matter the work you do, it's the iron you need to get stuff done. You're listening to the Ironworx.
And the first one just doesn't play, I guess. That's real cool. Real cool. Well, thanks, Nemo. That's awesome. I wish Skype would play the other one, the first one.
That was awesome.
Apparently it's not gonna. My fucking Skype. There, now I have a fucking cursor. Now, I can probably play it from here, but I don't know that anybody else will hear it. But I guess it's possible.
Josh Corey. All right. You guys
Was
had
it the
just said
iron you need
something
to get what you
and gave
want?
a lot of admiration
Something like
and
that.
love and respect to all of us.
Do what?
And
Is it the iron you need to get what you want? Something like that. No? It's a long time since I heard it.
Nope, you're right. That's familiar. The iron you need to get what you want, maybe? I'm trying to remember the cadence exactly.
That does sound right, though. It all rings right.
Let's see, I think I got this first one that wouldn't play. I think I did get it downloaded. All right, let's see what this one is.
Josh Corey. All right. You guys just said something and gave a lot of admiration and love and respect to all of us. And the family still hanging around. And I don't care if you play this live. I'm sending it old school for you, buddy. And over a year ago, I think you guys, not a year ago, I'm sorry, October 26th, you guys were chatting and brought up the fact that, you needed more people from the chat to show some introduction. And then Walter, maybe a few episodes later, had said something about work. And I wrote this down and always meant to send it over, but I just haven't yet. Because we're all workaholics in our own ways. So I'm going to send it in a different message, though. So much love, buddy. Coming in.
And then that would have been what we heard the first.
Right.
And it seems like if I had that other Nemo spot, it would be on this computer. Seems like. Would be. Seems like. Look at us, 6:30, still going strong. Well, as strong as we were at 5:30. Which was, what, about the time we got this kicked off finally? 5:30, something like that? Still no Zachary.
It was a little after 5.
Why did you pick this time in the morning to do Ironworx? Was it your schedule, Josh?
Essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I knew if I was going to commit to doing an internet radio show, all professional and stuff, you know, that I wanted to be able to actually commit. I wanted to make a commitment to someone that was willing to make a commitment to me. So I thought, well, when can I need to be able to do it, so I'm not going to flake out sometimes, right? I don't want to have my car break down at work and then I get stuck there and I have to come in late or whatever it is, or just anything. So I figured the only way I knew I could dedicate a consistent time would be in the morning, basically, when I should be sleeping, because I have a pretty consistent sleep schedule. So I just take a couple of those sleep hours that I know I have consistently and turn those into show hours. So I just decided to do it in the morning where I knew I would be at home, seemingly with internet. But that was it, just because I wanted to.
On a good day.
On a good day. I didn't want to say I'd be here on Tuesdays and Friday mornings for, 8 shows a month and make it to 6 or make it to 5 or make it to 7 even. I wanted to be able to do it consistently and say we're going to be here. Then I wanted to make sure that we were here.
Are you an early riser anyway?
Yes, I am.
You need to be.
Well, my dad was always an early riser, and it used to piss me off. It'd be like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I know that he would be in the other room just fretting and wringing his hands because it was already 8 a.m. and I was still in bed. And he's just like, oh, he's going to sleep the day away, the best part of the day, the good part of the day, all these productive hours, and he's just in there sleeping, not doing anything. And he would come in and wake me up, and it would piss me the hell off. And then, of course, as I was a drinker, I would just pass out, and I would sleep all fucking day long. So there's many mornings that I missed. But really, once I got into the healthcare food service and started doing breakfasts in hospitals and things like that, and you had to be at work to open the kitchen at 5, it means you had to be up relatively early to be awake and get dressed and all that stuff. And I've always liked time to myself before I get to work, just to sort of not only get my head right, but also get my head right. I just need that time by myself generally. So the morning times have always been sort of time to myself. So even still, like on my days off, if I sleep in, I'm up at 5 a.m. or 5:30. That's usually about the time I'm up on the weekends, and that's, again, sleeping in. Otherwise, I'm up at 4. 3 o'clock, hit and miss. I'm usually awake at 3, but most times it's because, I don't know why, but I'll try to go back to sleep, and I get excited. I'm like, ooh, I'm up at 3. That means I get to go back to sleep. And that's like sleeping in for me, because I'm awake, and then I go back to bed. It's as good as sleeping in. It's taking a nap. It's a morning nap. Because usually once my eyes are awake, my brain starts spinning its wheels immediately. So I don't really have any time. So every once in a while, if I'm up at 3, I go back to bed. But then I deal with mornings like this where I'm up at 3. Like, oh, I forgot to shut my alarm off. I don't have to work today. And it's like 10 after 3. And then it dawns on me, no, dumbass, it's 3. Not 4, 3. That means it's show day. Like, well, I got to get up. I hurry up and get my coffee made, come in here, get the computer turned on, get out there, drink some coffee, smoke a cigarette, get back in here so I can get the show set up, and then to find out I have no internet. And that was my morning this morning. Not a happy camper. I have to be quiet because Dixie's sleeping, but I was not a happy camper.
10 a.m. is a fantastic time in the day for me, so I'm quite happy. Even though it was hard for you. I honestly do not know how you can do it.
Well, it really isn't that hard. Once my brain goes from sleeping to, oh, it's Tuesday, or, oh, it's Friday, 3 a.m. Like Thursday, 3 a.m. is the, oh, good, I get to go back to sleep for another hour. Because then I'm awake at 4. It's like an hour to myself, and then from 5 to 6, I think about getting ready. And then usually from 6 to 6:30 is when I hurry up and get ready because I spent too much time thinking about it. And then by 6:40, I'm 10 minutes late and out the door. That's just kind of how I do my Tuesday through Thursday. But Tuesdays, Fridays, because I'm up at 3, and I spend breaks trying to slowly get ready, I'm usually more ready to leave at 6:30 than I am on other days. I just usually spend too much time on the call, after the call, listening to you guys talk, than actually being out the door doing the things I needed to be doing. And Alan, I wouldn't say I'm president of the Ironworx. I'm co-counsel. Co-counsel of Ironworx.
President. I'm right there with you, Chilster Deluxe. I don't hit my sack till 4 sometimes. That's my time of the earth. That is my lone time, is that time after Shell goes to bed and the cats are loose because they're up. It's their nocturnal run around the house time, so I usually am playing with them. And yeah, definitely an early morning person, but I only do mine at the end of the night. So I get it. I just don't do it when you're doing it. I'm doing it while you're doing it, but not when you're doing it. It's all in perception. That's what this whole place is, perception. From helium balloon moons to whenever you want to call morning. Morning has broken like the first morning.
So 2 things of note, in my brain at least. It's very rare that if I'm going to watch my little screen, it's going to be anything other than like a First Amendment audit video or something flat earth. Like Coffee Talk. Great thing about being off yesterday was I got to catch Karen B live, so that was nice. But between yesterday and today, no, I guess Sunday and yesterday, I haven't done anything today yet. But the last 2 days, Sunday, I for some reason watched like 45 minutes. And this totally breaks my brain that I would even do this. Because I'm going to say it and you're going to be like, why the fuck, what? So I spent like 45 minutes watching 70s and 80s commercials just like in a row. And maybe not the whole video of each video, but like I'd watch some, I'd skip ahead a few and watch, but it's like 45 minutes I spent just watching commercials from the 70s and 80s. It was nuts. I don't know why. Like I hate commercials. The reason I avoid television primarily is because of commercials. So the idea that I would spend like 45 minutes watching them all in a row, nothing but commercials, was kind of stupid. But then the second thing I watched was, I mean, there's lots of channels and I've seen lots of them. But I'm always on the lookout for like the nostalgic videos because there's so much good audio that I can clip out of there. That I'm always looking for like channels that have like restored videos and shit like that I can go through and just pull audio clips. So I spent probably 2 or 3 hours yesterday just watching videos that were anywhere from like 10 minutes to 30 minutes from like the 1950s anywhere to the early 90s maybe. And it was just all kinds of crazy sort of PSA type stuff. At one point my son came in and was listening to what I was watching. He said, "Is this a video?" I think I might have talked about this earlier in the week, or a couple weeks ago. A propaganda video about how to identify propaganda. Like, yep, that's it. So it was on that channel. I found a playlist of just some really awesome videos. I'm just going through listening for like out of context sound bites, which is sort of, I guess, one of the gears my brain runs in. And they would say something and I would just start dying laughing because I know what that's going to sound like on my soundboard and I'm going to love it. So I spent like 3 hours yesterday watching old PSA, weird, how to be a good citizen type. Like the old black and white, how to be polite and how to be a good speaker. Also, there were some really good videos with some really good sound bites that I'm going to have fun pulling out once I get that computer back. Maybe it's really today because I got to head out that direction anyway. So I'll text him and see if it might not be ready that I could pick up whilst I'm there. But my guess is he's not done a fucking thing with it.
I hope.
Yeah, me too. But if this computer hears any sort of standard as to what he's going to do, then
yeah,
he's going to tell me for 3 weeks that it's done and then give it back to me with the exact same issues that it was going on when I gave it to him. But whatever, it's fine.
So I definitely watch my share of old programming for that very same reason. Generally, it's quite entertaining to see how crazily different things were back then, and then how many of those have we watched on Mystery Science Theater or riff tracks? How you whatever. I mean, pick it, like how to stay cool and hip and clean looking or whatever, and get a date, you dirty looking girl, or whatever, just ridiculous crap.
Yeah, there's a good one right here that I got from 1950. Using your voice. Then I got the 1969 movie, Keep Off the Grass. It's pretty good. I mean, it is tough because it's sort of like riff tracks or MST3K where you got to sit through some real awful shit. Because you're taking it out of context that what you need, one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Au contraire, Alan. Au contraire. To me personally, over the years, I think it requires a certain level of intelligence to actually get a lot of the Mr. Science Theater stuff. I don't know. Great. There's no gray. It's like the Stooges. There's no gray area. Either you like it or you don't. Oh yeah, it's okay. None of that. It's either yeah, I don't get it, or it's the best shit ever made. There's no middle ground.
Yeah.
Now on the asleep part, I get that because there's a soothing quality to the whole premise. I've gone over that a time or two now, and I think I finally narrowed it down to that whole thing of being a kid asleep in the crib while mom and dad are in there in the living room watching those old movies and shows that you're hearing while they're calmly talking away and making jokes and kind of laughing every now and again at each other's jokes, and you're tucked away all nice and comfortable. It's the only thing that makes sense because I've seen threads on like different places talking about the very thing that while it is their favorite show, it definitely has a soothing effect at times. In fact, I will put on 2 or 3 of them. I know that about 15 or 20 minutes in, me and the cats will be snuggled up and purring away. But yeah, again, it's either you do or you don't.
Sorry, Chilster. PSA is a public service announcement. So just, and it's not just like public service announcements. I think there's like even things from the Pork Council. It was like the new meat.
The other white meat. Yeah, I mean, I get that idea too of watching the movie without the commentary, but that's really the whole thing is commentary. I would sit around with my other friends or with cousins or with my brother and sitting there, watching something so terribly bad that we rented or whatever back in the video days and just making our own jokes before Mr. Science Theater was even a thing. So it was a natural progression for us. Again, one of those things. Either you did it or you didn't. Liz is in chat. Look at her. What's up, Ross House? Ross apparently looked it up incorrectly. I'm sorry. Sorry, Ross. Not those PSAs.
And really, the most important thing to remember is just to relax and don't forget to. Talking about your prostate examinations, by the way.
Indeed. Man, we had this good morning. All right. I shared a link earlier for Darren's podcast. I saw the first and then my notifications apparently stopped working. I did actually yesterday. Was that yesterday? When was that? Go through his channel. Whose stream was I? Oh, I was in Mike Stellium's live stream. And on his bottom little, I saw about 5 that I knew I had been subscribed to that now were telling me I should go subscribe to them. So I ran a little check through his stuff and found that I had been carefully fixed. Oh, and there was a bit of confusion on my part again. I sat down, saw a notification, the few I do get up in the top right corner of my YouTube channel anyway. And it said, this video, blah, 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 taken away. I don't remember exactly how it said it, but at the bottom of it all, it said 2 days ago. And that was, to me, Friday, the last Friday we did, and the last Ironworx we did. So I thought they had pulled it, because when I clicked, of course, the gray box is telling me that it's gone. So, but it was actually an old show for some time-traveling ne'er-do-well type activity on our part, shenanigans, that we had no way of not knowing that was coming in the future. So we should have known better than to do those things there in the past.
Yep.
That whole reverse causality, we'll figure it out, Daz. I know you'll help us out, my friend. Oh, Lord, who's fussing now? But yeah, so it was actually a show from Friday, August 20th or 19th or something like that, back in 2022, which I did go to Ironworx on TFR to try and see what was the show that got pulled and why and who was on there or whatever. And apparently being a host on TFR no longer grants you access to your history on the show that I could get to anyway yesterday. So you might want to ask about that or look into that at some point.
Will do. I think I got to go hit the head real quick.
Well, we can definitely wrap this thing up. I have awake people in my house now. Give me a second.
All right. Did you say people are in his house? That's not good. Well, early.
No, I said people are awake in my
Oh,
house.
awake.
I was just being silly. Michelle woke up. She's off today as well, and it's already one of her less than fun mornings, just dealing with the cats, apparently. She's having fun with them, too. So, they're definitely out of sorts. And like I said, it has to be the moon. What is the bowl over there? Y'all are moving the water bowl now? What are you children doing? Yeah, they're crazy this morning, dude. What in the hell? Their water bowl is now about 5 or 6 feet from where it normally sits, and it's half full. Excuse me, it's not like it's an empty bowl. They've scooted across the floor. They had to work at getting it over there. I don't know what the hell they're doing. Hell, it's over half full. What the hell are y'all doing over here? They have multiple bowls all around the house, don't get me wrong, but just that's crazy that they've done this. Who are you binging, Alan Holman, in chat? I just saw as I was finally getting back over there. Tell us who you're binging so we can go share some of that fun with you, good friend. No, he's gone. All right, love you, Alan. Yeah, it's an all show for sure. We're talking to you in chat instead of typing to you. That's kind of where we are. Ross. What did I open this playing now? Oh, that's Daz in my ear. To go see number 3 and 4 here. Is it 3 and 4 or is there a 5th one? Oh, there's a 5th one even. Look out. All right, let me close that. Yeah, Nemo was on the call. I don't know what happened. I missed that too. He dropped on the road, I'm assuming. And now Liz has left us. Oh, man. They're dropping like flies.
Well, we might as well just follow suit.
Yeah, I guess. I may get an early day outside doing some things before the heat gets intense. I was thinking about doing it that way rather than waiting until the later evening time when it's still dark and still hot and all that. I may do some early morning beans with mash. That'll be silly. But I definitely have some beans to make today at some point for my burgers and whatnot. Anyway, yeah, that is an idea of let's go off this thing.
Might as well. I do appreciate y'all putting up with us this morning.
Yeah.
Apologize for the late start. Got here as soon as I could. pardon. And then it was just really so weird that just never really got into the flow. We were just sort of here all morning long.
Yeah, it was definitely, yeah. Thank you guys for, oh, look at all the hearts and 100s and things. Love you guys. Thank y'all for putting up with it.
No kidding.
The cats are not even, you saw Rizzo, her little time with me, and that was it. They're not even wanting to settle in. They're knocking water bowls across the house. And yeah. So they said hi on the run by. Thank you guys.
Much love, guys. We will be back here Friday morning, hopefully, with a little more of a
something.
I'd like to think.
I would hope. It's all Liz's fault. Thank you for being here, Liz.
Ooh.
Unbeknownst to yourself.
So before I play this outro music, I did want to say August might be kind of a quiet month for us here. We talk about while we do try to stay consistent, we talk about not getting burnt out and trying to take more consistent time off. But that's all we do.
And then we
talk
don't.
About it.
And then we don't, right? We talk about it. But yeah, we're trying to ramp up and get some other things, as we've kind of hinted around here and there, and those things are fastly approaching. So yeah, we may take some time off in August just to get that where it needs to be.
Yep. Exactly.
Up to and including, I may have to redo my whole setup here. We'll see what happens this week.
Yeah, I'm real close to redoing mine. I think once I know I have that computer back, I'm going to just tear this down, get my green screen put up, stop fucking around, and make a studio out of it.
What? Right? I'm not going to do the green screen. I gave up. I tried it and it didn't work. I don't understand it, apparently.
The lighting is key.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't understand enough about how I would have to make it work. Liz, thank you for adding some class to the show this morning for sure. I saw that go by. Oh, that was Ona said that.
We need all the frickin' class we can get. But it's been an awesome morning regardless.
Yes,
Irregardless.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Much love, Zach. Sleep well.
Yep. Now I'm about halfway through the second coffee. I won't be sleeping. So, time to go barbecue.
Yeah, I might have to hit the... I do have chicken and some steaks for today. It's not often I decide to do the barbecue, but we had to pull meat out. And thought, let's do it. Let's just do it.
Let's do it. Yeah. All righty. Love you guys. Thank you again.
Love you guys. We will see you back here on Friday morning. More of the Ironworks. Till then, be good, be well. We love you.
Rocks.
Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes made of ticky-tack. Little boxes on the hillside. Little boxes all the same. There's a green one and a pink one and a blue one and a yellow one. They're all made out of ticky-tacky. They all look just the same. And the people in the houses all went to the university where they were put in boxes. They came out all the same. And there's doctors and there's lawyers and business executives, and they're all made out of ticky-tacky. They all look just the same. And they all play on the golf course and drink their martinis dry. They all have pretty children. The children go to school, and the children go to summer camp, and then to the university where they are put in boxes. They come out all the same. And the boys go into business and marry and raise a family in boxes made of ticky-tacky. They all look just the same. There's a green one and a pink one and a blue one and a yellow one. And they're all made out of ticky-tacky.